Yeah, we have more single women in the early 30s that are the most depressed, suicidal, anxious, lonely in America's history because there's a biological clock that's going off, and they realize that they're not going to be able to have kids and that they're not as desirable in the dating market or in the dating pool, and so they start to lash out on the rest of society by voting Democrat.
So date like you're going to marry, I guess. That's going to be...
Well, yeah, just get married early. Like, reject the siren song of modernity and have lots of kids.
You see, this douchebag, Charlie Kirk, left out a little important fact. A new study finds that suicide attempts during pregnancy and after childbirth are increasing, nearly tripling over the past decade. Nearly 24,000 individuals are at risk for suicide. Suicide is already among the leading causes of deaths among new mothers, and pregnancy post-delivery are considered risky times for depressive symptoms. Suicide deaths are a leading cause of maternal mortality in the U.S. It is a public health crisis that has silently grown worse. But who gives a fuck, right? Women are just incubators. Our whole purpose in life is just to repopulate the earth. And then men like Charlie, who have zero risk when it comes to bringing children in this world, has a fucking opinion. Or conservative mothers who, had the best pregnancy in the world and just love being new mothers. It's a blessing. There's no support for new mothers in this country. You pop out a kid and you don't get to see a doctor for another 6 weeks. They'll ask you how you're doing. Your child's pediatrician will ask you how you're doing. But so many women are afraid to speak up because of the stigma. Because people like Charlie Kirk think that motherhood is the best thing to happen to a woman. So many women are afraid of being honest with their child's pediatrician, who they see more often than their own doctors because of the fear that their children might get taken away from them. There's no support. The leading cause of death for new mothers is suicide. And in some states, you have no rights over your own body. But women are selfish for not wanting to have children, right? So how about this? Instead of using your fucking mouth to sit there and shame women who don't want to have children because there's a lot of things to weigh in doing so, why not fight for more support, better resources for the women that already have and are suffering and are struggling? But who gives a fuck about them, right? At the end of the day, people like Charlie Kirk don't give a flying fuck about women, period. Whether they're married, whether they're single, whether they're mothers, whether they're not. They just hate women, period. It's just that a woman who's married and tied down with a kid is easier to control. And that's what it's about at the end of the day.